Without knowing you, I would probably guess there's too much work to go around and there are too many priorities. How do you get people to prioritize with you? The challenge is that the most intuitive question is very dangerous. If you go to people who ask you things and ask them, how important is this? The answer will almost always be important or very important. So that doesn't really give you much to work with. That is called working with absolute importance, looking at the thing and asking how important is that. It's much more promising to work with relative importance. Of all these things, what is more important? How do you do it? Take your list of priorities and give every priority 2 scores. 1 score on the effort it takes you or the team, and the second score on what's the value or the importance for your area or for the business. Then draw a line. That's the key thing. Above the line is the capacity you have. Could be time, could be money, whatever is the bottleneck. And then start deciding what goes above the line, what goes below the line. Below the line, currently deprioritized. Good pointers to decide or to start a conversation is the ratio of what it takes and what it gives you. That's why you did the 2 scores. And secondly, as you deprioritize things, be mindful of the implications this might have, because you might de facto make some decisions. For instance, if we deprioritize this thing, we also de facto deprioritize those 4 other things, and we shouldn't do this. What this creates for you is a shift in conversation. Rather than talking about the importance of every priority, the choice becomes much more respectful of your capacity. I have 4 tips for you on how to do this well. Number 1, do it with the people it concerns you as opposed to for them or against them. Number 2, what's below the line is really important. It creates visibility because people know stuff just doesn't disappear. It's in the backlog. And if the ratio changes, or the capacity in your team changes, it might well come above the line. Also, they know what's the threshold to get into your capacity. Number 3, it can be a really uncomfortable question to ask and to enforce a decision. Some managers and stakeholders don't like it. Most people do accept it though, if engaged correctly. And fourthly, it can be uncomfortable for you too, because you might want to do a good job on everything, but you're not a miracle worker. So having some maturity on what's realistic is really helpful for you too.